Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. I'm apologizing for being in my pajamas. It's literally just been a lazy day. But I'm starting my YALCathon vlog. This is going to be my vlog for the YALCathon readathon, which is hosted by Jem from Bookish Gems and from Kendra Reads Tomes. Is that her YouTube channel? I'm brain farting? Yes, Kendra Reads Tomes. And I am just going to vlog this weekend. It's technically for me 7:30 on Thursday when I'm starting it, but that means it's about 2:30 a.m. BST, which is the time zone that this takes place in. So instead of midnight on the 8th to midnight on the 10th, it's 5 p.m. on the 7th through 5 p.m. on the 9th for me. Hence why I'm starting this now and not tomorrow, because like by the time I start this vlog we would already be a good over 12 hours into this thing because of the time that I wake up. But first I want to go into what I plan on reading this weekend, and then yeah. So I have 3 books that are my goal. I will talk about the books a little bit and then what prompts they're for. So first we have Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is a YA dystopian about Juliet, who her touch is lethal. Anytime she touches somebody, they die. And she ends up getting, after she's been imprisoned for I think it's 264 days, the reestablishment, which is like the military, basically says, hey, we want to work with you, and forces her to work with them. And this is going to be for the prompt number 2, which is a quick read. As when I first read this, I read it in literally 24 hours. I read it really quickly. I think I read it for a 48-hour readathon. And then this also will work for prompt 9, is it? Which is read a book with your fave YA trope. This is enemies to lovers and love triangle, although the love triangle it comes more into play with book 2, but it works for enemies to lovers. And then for prompt number 4, which is read a book by your favorite author or blurb by them, I'm going to be reading Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. Recently I've been reading a bunch of Colleen Hoover books, therefore I'm calling her she's basically a new favorite author, and I don't know anything about Hopeless at all. I'm going in completely blind. All I know is that my friend Mac absolutely loved it, so I'm very excited to see my opinions. And then for prompt number 7 and 11, I will be reading Cafe Con Leche by Emery Lee. This is diverse as it is queer, and it also has Asian American characters and Puerto Rican characters. And this works for prompt number 11 because I have a little signed book plate that I actually haven't stuck in the book, but I have a signed book plate. And this essentially we have Theo and Gabby, and essentially they're both of their parents run these restaurants. They're kind of rivals, but they then have to work together to save their parents' shop after a new restaurant comes to town and puts the sales in jeopardy or something like that. And so this also kind of would work for favorite author, as I absolutely love Meet Cute Diary by Emery Lee, but my rule is I cannot call an author a favorite author until I have read at least 2 of their books, and this is the second book that Emery Lee has published. So maybe after this I can call them a favorite author, but who knows. So that is kind of my goal for reading. This intro took so long, but I'm getting a little tired, so I'm probably going to, here in the next little bit, start Hopeless. I probably won't update till the morning because honestly I will probably read and then just decide, hey, I'm gonna go to sleep, and so I'll forget to vlog. But I will update you in the morning. I know that tomorrow for a little bit I will be on Kendra's sprints. So yeah, I will update you more later. It's now 10:20 on Friday, and last night I made it to 31% of hopeless, and I still kind of can't really describe what is going on. Basically, we follow Sky and Holder as they meet, and the start of a romance between them occurs, and I still don't know much about it. I feel like this book is like, the beginning is so long of like, we're in the story, but it doesn't feel like we're in the story. And it definitely has a lot of like instant attraction, like to it, which kind of makes sense for Colleen Hoover, especially one of her earlier books. But I'm like enjoying it, but also I'm just like, I feel like nothing has happened except Sky and Holder meeting and then talking. That is literally it. But I'm enjoying it. But now I'm currently just kind of waiting around till 11 when Kendra's sprint starts. So I'm going to start editing my vlog that would have been uploaded a few days ago. Just to have that done so it can be uploaded tomorrow. Well, Saturday for me. So yeah. I will probably start off with Cafe Con Leche. I'm pointing over there because the book is sitting over there. I'll probably start off with that for sprints. And so then I'll read some of that and then I'll update you when I jump off of sprints, I guess. As you can see, I was reading Cafe Con Leche. This is just what the naked dust jacket, like hardcover looks without the dust jacket. Apparently I can't speak. Beautiful yellow color, with beautiful blue text. But I am currently on page 61 and I'm really enjoying it. We're just kind of now getting into the story, but I do like our two main characters so far, and yeah, I don't have huge thoughts. The first 60 pages, not that much has happened. But yeah. Oh, I was like, what's in the back of the book? It's the envelope that the book plate came in. I cannot show the other side because it blatantly has my address on it, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'll be probably reading more of it when I get back from the fair, because that is what I'm going to be doing here in just a little bit. It's 2 o'clock, so I'm going to be heading to my local fair. But yeah, sprints on Kendra's channel. It was really fun. I'm sad that I can't be there for all of them, but the time that I was there, I had so much fun. So yeah. So today did not go as I wanted it to. I left the house around 2:30. I had to run and do some things like run to the bank, grab money. I had to do something for my cousin real quick. And then I went to the fair, and I got to the fair about little after 3, and then around 4, me and the friend that I went on this ride called the Orbiter. If you look it up, it's basically like a spinny ride. So we went on that, like we went on 2 other rides before, and then we went on that, and then for some reason they did the ride twice. So like it sped up, did it, it slowed down, and then it did it again. And I'm pretty positive I literally passed out on the ride for a second. Or at least almost did. So then I got off the ride and was like, okay, let's go grab a drink, let's sit down, let me relax. And then I started drinking some water and then was like, okay, nope, I can't do this anymore, I have to go home. I came home, basically as soon as I sat down on my bed, I was like, I need a bucket. You can put 2 and 2 together what I did in the bucket. And then took a nap for like a good 2 hours. Then I woke up, I was feeling a little bit better, so I went back to the fairground to grab lemonade. There's this place called Lemon Haven that goes to the fair each year, and their lemonade is amazing. So this is what I'm counting for prompt number 10. Grab your favorite drink, because it's my favorite fair drink. Because I always get it when I go to the fair. I didn't get it earlier, so I ran back because my wristband, which technically, I guess I just had the realization has my city's name on it. Okay, I will have to go back and make sure that you can't see that. I will just pull that off. The other one's safe. But went back because I had the wristband so I can go in up until I think 11 o'clock is when they cut people off going in. And we went and grabbed this, and then nobody felt like cooking. I didn't, for sure as fuck didn't want to cook. So we grabbed Dairy Queen, which I'm counting for the prompt of eat your favorite snack or meal. Takeaway. Got takeaway. I got honey barbecue, chicken strips, fries, and gravy. I still have some of my chicken strips left, so I'm going to put those in the fridge and I'll heat them up later because they actually taste good reheated. And so now I'm probably going to read more. This is not how I wanted the day to go, but whatever. I think I'm more pissed. The thing I'm pissed off the most of is I spent $40 on a wristband and I only went on 3 rides. But at least I went on 3 rides, and yeah. Sometimes plans don't go the way you want them to, but I knew that I had to leave or else my health would not have been good. I probably would end up throwing up in a fucking trash can at the fair and then feeling like absolute shit. So, yeah. That's a little update. I will probably read a little bit more. I have a little bit of a headache, so I don't know if I actually will read. I kind of will go, like, play it by ear, and if I do read anything before the morning, I'll let you know either in the morning or once I'm done the reading for the night, or I'll just let you know in the morning. Okay, so it's now Saturday, and last night I read up to page 99 of YALCathon Lychee, and still enjoying it. I'm really hoping I get this finished today. I should be able to get it finished in Gem Sprints, which I'm going to be jumping on here in just a few seconds. It is about 11 o'clock, so that means about 6 hours left of sprints. Well, it's 11 for me. It will be 6 hours left of sprints, which will take it up to midnight for Gem and Kendra. So I should be able to get this finished, but fingers crossed. So I'll let you know how everything goes later. And I finished YALCathon Lychee by Emery Lee, and I'm giving it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. There wasn't a single moment that I didn't like. That's a little better for lighting. But I loved the characters, and I loved just how they learned to work together, and I loved the dynamics between the characters, and just overall just how fun and easy this was to read. I did end up listening to the audiobook along with the physical book. I decided earlier, I was like, the audiobook is on Scribd, so I ended up, I think the last 200 and some pages I listened to the audiobook. Best decision ever. But yeah, I loved this book, and I realized it now works for every single prompt for YALCathon, like the reading. Because it works for prompt 2, a quick read. I read it in like less than 30 hours, I think. That is a quick read to me. Since I loved this, I can now say Emery Lee is a favorite author. It works for the diverse prompt, the signed prompt, and brain didn't compute that it also works for, like, favorite trope of, like, enemies to lovers, or, like, I hate you, but I want to be with you, because it has kind of, like, both those tropes. And I also, not really a trope, but more of something that I do like is when 2 opposing people have to come together to, like, mutually do something. That is, I don't know if that technically has a trope name, but that is a trope that this has. So this works for every single prompt for YALCathon. For the like reading ones. I will still try to read the other two, but if I don't, I now feel happy with this one book. I also won the, there was, quiz questions that were on between the YALCathon Twitter and then Gem's sprints, today. And I won. I ended up, I ended up co-winning with Alice Claire on YouTube. So I win a free book from my Amazon wishlist. So thank you so much to Kendra for buying that book, and I'm gonna say thank you at the end of this vlog, but thank you Gem and Kendra for hosting this. Literally, this has been so much fun. I love it. I loved this readathon, and I'm still obviously going to be reading more, but I'm so happy that I read this book. And now on to me reading Shatter Me later. That's going to be the next book I'm probably going to pick up sometime here in the next few hours. It is 6 o'clock, so sprints are literally ending in 8 minutes. Yeah, they're ending in 8 minutes. I think Jeb added more time to the timer, because I swear it wasn't more than, I swear it was like 5 minutes when I started this clip. Oops. But yeah, 1 book down, 2 to go, and we have less than 24 hours, but who knows. I at least want to start Shatter Me and make progress with Hopeless, and then I will complete. I'm also literally drenched in sweat, so now I'm going to end this clip because I'm hot. So it's 10:23, and I have now read up to 51% of Hopeless. And so just want to do that little update. I'm enjoying it, but how do I put into words what I'm thinking of? It is way too lovey-dovey for my liking at the moment. The characters are just they seem to just be so, I guess, so in love, and I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop of a plot twist or something, and I'm a little nervous because I know the trigger warnings. Therefore, I know what kind of stuff to expect, but I'm waiting for that to happen, and I'm just okay. If I wanted something else, if I wanted just lovey-dovey shit, I could have read 18 million other books. And I don't really like the characters' chemistry that much. I'm there's no chemistry between the characters. The love interest of Holder, a little, I don't want to use the word creepy, but just something doesn't vibe with me. I'm just I do not like his character at all. Sky feels so fucking naive, and she is meant to be naive, but I'm literally just I can't get with the characters. I am gonna finish it though, because I'm already past the 50% mark, and I'm kind of just well, it's Colleen Hoover, so there's gonna be a plot twist that I'll end up, fingers crossed, enjoying. But right now this is literally sitting at a 3-star, and I don't want it to be a 3-star, so I'm really hoping it picks up in the second half. So yeah, that's just a little update on that. I think I'm now switching my goal to finish Hopeless before the readathon ends, and at least start Shatter Me, because I'm definitely not going to be able to finish both probably. Okay, so it is 12:22 on Sunday. We are in the final few hours of the readathon. But last night I finished Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, and I'm giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, and Colleen Hoover did it again, where she takes your heart, pulls it out of your chest, just twists it and shoves it back in. This book literally, I don't want to say too much because of spoilers, but one thing I will say is I've never read a book that has a main character that has my name. That was very uncomfortable when I had when that something was revealed, because I was just oh, okay, nobody told me that. And then there was scenes that literally I had to put my phone down and just stand up and be I'm gonna throw up, and then I continued reading because I'm but I need to keep on reading. It was a thing of it wasn't making me uncomfortable in the triggering way. It was just more of like the situation that is happening. If you're not uncomfortable with it, you are mentally fucked up and need help. That's the easiest way to put it, is like things, if you look up the trigger warnings, you kind of will understand what I'm referring to, but I don't want to just straight up like say what I'm referring to because it is kind of a spoiler. But I did really enjoy it. I will be reading Losing Hope, which is it's basically the story but told from the other character's point of view. Like, Hopeless is like the female main character's point of view, and then Losing Hope is basically, I think, most of Hopeless just in the male character's point of view, so you'll get to see what's going on in his head. I could be wrong, but that's from what the gist I get from Goodreads, and my friend Mac, who has read it and loved it. So that I'll be reading at some point. I know I definitely need at least a few weeks to like mentally prepare myself, because reading two Colleen Hoover books in the span of 2 weeks, oh, I forgot how much that fucks with my mental health. Because it's just like, hey, here's all of this shit. Here you go. Deal with your emotions. But I'm going to be hosting some YALCathon sprints here in like less than, 35 minutes, I think. Because Kendra and Jem were so lovely enough to allow me to host them. But I'll be starting Shatter Me. I definitely won't be finishing it. But I'll at least start it and probably this is a really quick read, so probably like halfway through it. That's if I don't get distracted by other things, because I tend to get distracted on my own sprints. So yeah, I'll be reading this, and I will probably update you after my sprints with how much I read of this, and then end this vlog because we are, again, in the final like few hours. So it is well after, like, I think like 9 o'clock or so on Sunday, and I'm ending this vlog here. I managed to read up to page 176 of Shatter Me, which is about the 50% mark, which I didn't really have necessarily have a goal for this for today, just as much as possible, and that is as much as I was able to read today, which is a win. So I'm going to end this vlog here. Again, thank you so much to Jem and Kendra for hosting this. Both of their channels are linked down below. And so yeah, this was such a fun thing. I am so happy that I was able to participate and help with sprints. And I just had so much fun, minus Friday with the whole getting sick because of the fair thing, but it could be a lot worse. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching, and bye!